Readable men are easy to manage. Unreadable men are not. When people can't predict your thoughts, they hesitate, and hesitation creates respect before you even speak. Predictability feels safe, but safety does not command respect. Uncertainty does. When your reactions aren't obvious, people adjust their behavior carefully. Unreadable men don't explain themselves. They don't rush clarity. They let others guess, and guessing puts them at a psychological disadvantage. When people can't read you, they project their fears, their intentions. You learn more by saying nothing. Unreadability isn't coldness, it's discipline. You control what escapes. That control signals authority without aggression. People respect what they can't control, and they can't control what they can't read, so they slow down, they behave. Readable men reassure others. Unreadable men set boundaries without saying a word. Boundaries create distance. Distance creates respect. Silence sharpens presence. Stillness amplifies authority. Nothing leaks, nothing reacts. That restraint is felt immediately. Unreadable men aren't mysterious on purpose. They're selective, and selection is power when most people give everything away. Respect doesn't come from approval. It comes from restraint. Unreadable men don't seek reactions. They command space by owning it. Expression feels honest, but excess expression is exposure. Every visible emotion becomes a handle others can grab. When people can read your face, they read your limits, your patience, your pressure points. Authority loses opacity. Overexpression invites testing. People push just to see what happens next. Predictable reactions become predictable outcomes. Calm men don't broadcast emotion. They store it. Processing replaces displaying. That delay creates leverage. People trust what feels stable. They respect what feels contained. Unfiltered emotion feels unstable, even when it's sincere. Expressive men explain themselves. Unreadable men let behavior speak. One seeks understanding. The other sets terms. Expressive men explain themselves. Unreadable men let behavior speak. One seeks understanding. The other sets terms. When emotion stays private, judgment sharpens, reaction slows, control increases without effort. Too much expression reduces mystery, and mystery is psychological distance people respect instinctively. Unreadable men aren't cold, they're disciplined. They decide what leaves the mind and what stays. When expression becomes selective, authority returns. People feel structure, even if they can't explain why. Immediate reactions feel natural, but power never rushes. Delay creates distance, and distance restores control before emotion can interfere. When you pause, others reveal urgency. Urgency exposes intention. The calmer you remain, the clearer they become. Delayed reaction interrupts manipulation. There's no emotional hook, no instant feedback. Pressure loses rhythm and collapses. Most people react to feel relief. Unreadable men react to decide. Decision requires time, and time belongs to the one who waits. Pausing doesn't weaken your position, it strengthens it. Silence stretches tension. Others fill it, often poorly. Reaction gives people data. Delay denies it. Without data, they guess. Guessing favors you. Unreadable men let moments settle. They don't chase closure. Closure comes naturally when others lose momentum. Delayed reaction also filters emotion. Anger fades, fear shrinks. What remains is clarity. People respect those who aren't controlled by moments. Stillness signals maturity, and maturity commands space without noise. Delayed reaction trains others how to treat you. They learn quickly, pressure won't rush you, and emotion won't move you. Silence removes distraction. Without your reaction, people lose their mirror, and when there's no reflection, behavior becomes honest. Most people rely on feedback, nods, words, emotion. Silence denies all of it. Without feedback, intentions surface, impatience, aggression, or restraint. Each response reveals character. People uncomfortable with silence try to fill it. They overtalk, they overreach, and expose themselves. Those with nothing to hide don't rush clarity. They sit comfortably inside uncertainty. Silence doesn't threaten them. Unreadable men don't interrogate. They observe. Observation requires distance. Silence creates that distance naturally. Words can lie. Behavior rarely does. And silence forces behavior to take center stage. When you stop explaining, people start revealing. Not because you asked, but because silence creates pressure. Silence doesn't accuse. It waits. And waiting lets truth surface on its own terms. Unreadable men don't chase truth. They let it arrive, and when it does, respect has already been established. Emotion is energy. Most people leak it constantly. Unreadable men contain it. That containment creates pressure without effort. When emotions stay controlled, people feel stability. Stability feels safe, and safety is the foundation of respect. Outbursts lower status instantly, not because of anger, but because they signal loss of control. Authority cannot look uncontained. Controlled men don't suppress emotion. They manage it. They choose timing. Timing transforms emotion into leverage. People trust those who remain steady under pressure. Pressure reveals habits. Unreadable men pass that test without effort. Emotional restraint forces others to regulate themselves. Few can. That imbalance shifts power silently. When you don't react emotionally, manipulation fails. There's nothing to exploit, nothing to amplify. Only presence remains. Emotion controlled internally appears externally as calm. Calm intimidates those who rely on chaos to gain ground. Unreadable men aren't emotionless. They're selective. They decide what deserves expression and what doesn't. Emotional control isn't self-denial. It's self-mastery. And mastery is always respected. Silence makes people uncomfortable, not because it's empty, but because it forces them to fill it with their own thoughts. When you don't explain yourself, others begin to assume. Assumptions reveal more about them than about you. People project fears onto silence, confidence onto calm, threat onto restraint. Unreadable men trigger all three. Those who talk too much give clarity. Clarity removes mystery. Mystery sustains authority without effort. Silence forces others to reveal intent. They over-explain, over-justify, overexpose themselves. Unreadable men never rush to clarify. They allow misunderstanding to do the filtering for them. When people don't know where they stand with you, they behave carefully. Carefulness creates respect. Silence removes leverage. There's no emotion to grab, no weakness to press. Only presence remains. Most people fear silence because it feels like loss of control. Unreadable men use it as a positioning tool. Silence doesn't weaken you. It forces others to expose themselves first. That delay shifts power. People follow certainty, but they obey uncertainty, because uncertainty forces attention. Attention bends behavior. When outcomes aren't predictable, people adjust themselves. They listen closer, they speak carefully, they move slower. Unreadable men don't announce intentions. They let results speak. Results silence resistance faster than words. Predictable people are easy to manage. Unpredictable presence creates tension. Tension maintains hierarchy. When people can't read you, they assume capability. Assumption elevates status before proof is required. Uncertainty forces others to calculate risk, and when risk is unclear, most people choose compliance. Clear intentions invite challenge. Ambiguous intentions delay opposition. Delay builds dominance. Unreadable men never explain the next move. They let anticipation do the work for them. People respect what they can't calculate. Calculation reduces threat. Uncertainty preserves it. Obedience isn't demanded. It's negotiated silently through uncertainty. Unreadable men understand this. Silence isn't emptiness. It's instruction. People learn quickly how far they can go by how little you respond. Every reaction teaches others what controls you. Silence hides the levers. Hidden levers can't be pulled. When you don't react, people self-correct. They replay their words. They doubt themselves. You remain centered. Emotional silence creates psychological distance. Distance creates respect. Closeness without permission invites control. People push boundaries to locate weakness. Silence gives them nothing. Nothing frustrates manipulation more than nothing. When you stay quiet, others fill the gap. They reveal intentions. They expose insecurity. You gather information. Silence removes emotional rewards. No validation, no conflict, no reaction. Behavior adjusts. Those who demand responses fear loss of control. Silence denies them access to your internal state. Respect grows where access is limited. Silence limits access without confrontation. Unreadable men don't correct people. They let silence correct behavior for them. Authority isn't loud, it's distant. Distance removes familiarity. Familiarity dissolves hierarchy. When you stay emotionally removed, people project importance onto you. What they can't access, they overvalue. Closeness invites entitlement. Distance enforces respect. Unreadable men choose distance by default. Emotional restraint signals self-control. Self-control signals power. Power doesn't explain itself. People mirror the energy you allow. Low emotional access creates careful behavior. When emotions stay guarded, conflict loses grip. There's nothing to hook into, nothing to escalate. Distance isn't coldness, it's clarity. Clarity intimidates those who rely on chaos. Unreadable men don't bond quickly. They let others earn proximity. Proximity becomes privilege. People respect what requires effort to reach. Effort filters intentions. Distance protects status. Authority forms quietly when emotions stay contained. Unreadable men never leak power. The moment people predict you, they stop respecting you. Predictability creates leverage. Leverage invites control. When reactions are expected, manipulation becomes easy. Unreadable men never offer that advantage. Consistency in values matters. Consistency in emotion does not. Uncertainty forces respect without confrontation. When people can't read your next move, they hesitate. Hesitation creates hierarchy. Hierarchy creates power. Predictable men are managed. Unreadable men are approached carefully. Careful behavior is silent submission. You don't need mystery theatrics, just controlled responses. Delayed reactions create uncertainty naturally. Power isn't chaos, it's restraint. Restraint makes people second-guess their approach. Unreadable men don't explain silence. They let silence speak. Silence amplifies authority without effort. When nothing is leaked, nothing is used against you. Opacity becomes protection. Protection becomes dominance. Unreadability isn't a tactic, it's a standard. Those who respect power adapt accordingly. Unreadable men don't announce limits. Limits exist silently. Others feel them instinctively. Violation risks discomfort. Discomfort teaches obedience. Boundaries aren't explained, they're implied. Every pause, glance, and motion communicates what's acceptable. Respect follows naturally. People test limits unconsciously. Unreadable men let them. Each test reveals character. Character informs distance. Distance protects power. Those who overstep boundaries self-expose. They reveal intent. They reveal weakness. Nothing needs to be said. Boundaries teach behavior without conflict. People conform because silence signals consequence. Unreadable men never warn. Unreadable men don't need to explain their limits. Limits are known by the subtle signals their presence projects. Every action is measured, every silence intentional. Behavior is shaped without words, without force. Presence does the work. Unreadable men don't escalate minor offenses. They let observation and self-awareness do the teaching. Respect isn't demanded. It's cultivated silently. Boundaries ensure others approach correctly before permission is needed. Unreadable men set the tone first. Behavior follows. Respect solidifies without a single word. Unreadable men finish silently. No explanation. No apology. Their presence alone conveys conclusion, command, and clarity. Every interaction leaves impact. No loose ends. No over-explaining. Others learn the cost of assumption. Silence becomes authority. Distance becomes respect. Control is maintained not by force, but by unshakable presence. Unreadable men don't need followers. They influence behavior through perception alone. Presence is leverage. Every pause is deliberate, every glance intentional. Nothing is wasted. Everything communicates control without uttering a word. People try to interpret behavior. Unreadable men remain uncracked. Interpretation becomes speculation. Speculation reinforces authority. Respect isn't requested. It's earned silently. Through stillness, timing, and measured distance, obedience is automatic. Unreadable men are timeless in impact. They leave impressions that linger long after the moment has passed. Authority doesn't demand energy. It radiates presence. Others adjust automatically. The unseen rules are understood. Unreadable men close chapters without explanation. Silence, distance, control. These are the tools of final, unquestioned respect.